¿Qué pasa, YouTube? 6fthax here. Have for you guys today a pretty interesting UU Wi-Fi battle I had against Static. I say it's interesting because this battle brings up a question that I'm honestly very interested to hear your guys' honest opinion on, and I will ask the question after the battle because it ties in with this battle as well. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to focus punch that like button down below and let me know what your answers to the question is going to be at the end of the video. So with that being said, taking a look at team preview, I want to say this is a team I got off of the forums, or I got off of Harris's server. I know for a fact this isn't my team, but I want to say it's really from the forums. If I can find the forum post, I'll leave a link to the post, and there's going to be the paste bin down below for you guys to go check out. So going into this battle, the biggest threats on my opponent's side of the field were going to be the potential double dance Kabalion. Also, Entei could be a little bit problematic just because I don't really have the best switch in to Entei, so those two mons were definitely going to be huge issues, and as long as I don't lose my Empoleon, then I should be able to deal with the Primarina accordingly. So he ends up leading off with the Krookodile, as I'm going to be leading off with my Manchow. Turn 1, I'm going to go straight for the U-turn. While I kind of wanted to go for the high jump kick, I knew that it wouldn't be doing entirely too much to a more than likely physically defensive Tentacruel in the first place, so I decided just to U-turn on out into my Gliscor, which is going to allow me to hopefully force out this Tentacruel so I can get out my Stealth Rocks. But he's going to be a madman, and he's going to stay in here calling my bluff on the Earthquake, and he's going to stay in and go for the Scald as I do manage to get on my Stealth Rocks. Rocks are going to be really helpful in this match, especially with me being able to wear down the Entei and the Latios, mainly those two. But I should be able to deal with Latios a lot easier than I can deal with the Entei. Mainly Entei is what I wanted Rocks for. So this turn, I am just going to go straight for the Earthquake. I think in hindsight, what I should have done was probably gone for the Roost. The switch out was a little bit obvious, but even still, just going for the Earthquake was a pretty safe play on my part, I think, just to scout out to see what exactly he did want to switch in to my Gliscor, because there's also the possibility I could have maybe gone for the U-turn, so maybe that was a thought that he would have had, and he wouldn't have felt comfortable in bringing in the Latios. Either way, though, Latios is in. I can't do entirely too much to Latios, and I really don't want to take a potential Draco Meteor, so I'm going to make a switch out here into my Doublade in hopes that I would be able to Pursuit Trap the Latios, but he ends up making a very nice double switch here into his Krookodile, as I'm going to be forced to switch out. Unfortunately, this team does not exactly have the best switch-ins to Krookodile, which really sucks, so I try to bring in my Manchow here on a potential Earthquake, but he actually ends up going for the knockoff. Me losing my Scarf is a little bit annoying, but I don't really think it's going to be entirely too crucial in this matchup, as I'm just going to go straight for the high jump kick, knowing that I can chip down the Tentacruel, and if he wants to go for the Rapid Spin, then I can knock him off and potentially 2-hit KO him with the second high jump kick, or 3-hit KO him if you count high jump kick, knock off into high jump kick again. But unfortunately, I missed my first high jump kick, and that really sucks because now I literally just have no use for my Manchow at this point, except to maybe try and weaken this Tentacruel as much as I possibly can, and maybe stop him from trying to Rapid Spin as he gets up a layer of T-Spikes, maybe thinking I would try to switch out into my Doublade on the potential spin. That way he could poison something before I was able to bring in my Beedrill, which does kind of make some sense there. So unfortunately, Manchow is poorly trained. I had to release it after this battle. I never want to see it in my sights ever again. So I will be able to revenge kill the Tentacruel here with Drill Run. I think U-turn could have also knocked him out, but he doesn't really have too many things to outspeed my Beedrill. And the fact that he brought in Krookodile on my Beedrill should have screamed to me that this is a Choice Scarf Krookodile, but for some reason I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and I end up staying in here. And of course, Pokemon logic, you can hit a 80 accuracy move more than you can a 90 accuracy move, and he's going to unfortunately knock me out with the Stone Edge. What this does allow me to do, though, is get a free switch into my Xurkitree. So what I can do here is potentially go for a Substitute and nab a KO behind the sub. If he brings in the Latios, I can force the Latios to potentially waste Dracos, or just waste some Psyshocks, or get a free switch into my Doublade to Pursuit Trap the Latios. But he actually ends up hard switching directly into the Entei, which is really good for me, because now I should be able to knock this out with the Thunderbolt, considering that Xurkitree does have an absurdly high special attack set. I think it's like 173 or something along those lines, so I'm gonna go for the T-Bolt, but fucking Entei just tanks the hit and lives on like 1 HP? I'm pretty sure that had to be like 1 to 5 HP there, but because there is a chance that this is more than likely a choice banded Entei, I will be able to safely switch into my Doublade. And it's kind of crazy to me that Circuitries is actually currently being suspected in UU to potentially be banned from UU. Maybe just because I haven't used it or seen it too much in UU. I've honestly not seen it do entirely too much in the UU tier, so I don't know. Maybe you guys have some better understanding as to why it's being suspected in UU. Either way though, I'm able to Pursuit Trap the Entei, which is really nice because if he did have potential defog on Latios, he can no longer get rid of the Stealth Rocks. As in comes the Krookodile, I'm very positive I can live a knockoff and potentially take another knockoff. So what I'm going to do is actually stay in and be aggressive here and go for the Gyro Ball, because getting rid of this Krookodile means that I get rid of his best and biggest threat to my team, while still being able to potentially keep Doublade around to maybe weaken his team a little bit. Unfortunately, he does get a free switch into the Cobalion, and this Doublade does not have the Sacred Sword, so expecting him to actually go for a Sword Dance here, because at this point, Cobalion after an SD can pretty much just plow through the remainder of my team. I'm going to try and go for a Sword Dance of my own in hopes that I could get off enough damage with this Shadow Sneak to put it in range of where I could revenge kill him with my Gliscor. So he's going to end up knocking me out here with the Iron Head, not wanting to waste potentially boosting up again and me putting him closer into range of where I could revenge kill him as I bring in my Gliscor. This is honestly a really big misplay on my part. What I should have done was switched into either Empoleon or my Circuitries and baited out the close combat. That way I could have ensured that Earthquake would have been strong enough to knock out the Cobalion. Unfortunately, with the attack EVs on this Gliscor, there was actually no way I would have been able to knock out Cobalion there, unless I think I got an absolute max roll with Earthquake and I had got an absolute max roll with Shadow Sneak. So at this point, Cobalion can just kind of click close combat and plow through the remainder of my team, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be the victory in my opponent's favor. So fun game to Static there. And as for like the little question of the day I wanted to ask you guys was that if you couldn't tell from this battle, I really felt like this was a one-sided battle in my opponent's favor. And typically when it comes to losses, I like to upload losses that are close losses. Not because it makes me, I guess you could say, seem better or I guess make my opponent seem better, but because in my opinion, uploading a close loss, it makes for a better quality battle. Unlike, I'm not saying this battle wasn't a quality or like good quality, I'm just saying that it was very obvious, I think, to me that my opponent was pretty much in control the entire matchup, and I honestly could have played this game a little bit better as well. But when it comes to uploading losses, do you guys care if they're close or if they're like really one-sided? Because to me, a close loss again makes for a better quality battle than a battle where I just get absolutely swept or absolutely destroyed. Or do you guys just not care in general? Because lately I've had people crying about me just uploading only wins, when in reality I do win most of my battles, and there's plenty of battles I've won that I haven't even uploaded because they were so one-sided, or I've just done dominant sweeps. But yeah, this battle I think was like kind of in the little gray line between being a close win, a close loss, and me just getting absolutely dominated in my opinion. So yeah, I guess just to kind of rephrase the question again, do you guys care about one-sided losses, or do y'all like closer losses? Which I try to go for closer losses myself because I already said it. But yeah, just really would like to hear your guys' honest opinion on the question in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to focus punch that like button down below. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow. So later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears of hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.